Hey, nerdy sports fan here, and we're going through the AFC North off-season needs. Combine's going on right now. It's an exciting time in the off-season. Free agency's coming up in a couple of weeks, and we have the NFL draft coming shortly after that. These teams can, in maybe a month and a half's time, entirely change the direction of the franchise every offseason. So this is always the most important time of year, unless you're in the Super Bowl. So we did all but the Browns here. It's the reason we did these guys last, because man, are they a head scratcher. Baker Mayfield took a step back. He was better at the end of his first year than he was for most of his second year. The receiving core rebuild with Odell Beckham didn't really work out. How much of that's Beckham? How much of that is Baker? The offensive line was shit. Running back was good. Nick Chubb did his thing. So, yeah, that was fun to watch. But, yeah, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett. You have brought great joy to my life. Assaulting a dude with his own helmet. That is classic. Yeah, he probably said the N-word. Let's just get that out of the way, right? Mason Rudolph. Yeah. You're taking one word against another. I get it, but he probably said that. Myles Garrett got a shortened suspension recently. So I think it all worked out the way it was supposed to. Let's just get past it. Let the guy move on. Let Mason move on. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I want to hear about football. Yes, Myles Garrett did something illegal in assault. And even if Mason Rudolph said something horrendous to him, it doesn't give you the right to assault somebody. You could have come out and said all of this about him without assaulting him. You didn't. I respect a man who will just say, look, I saw red. I'm sorry. You need to get some anger management help, because if people can get under your skin in that fashion, they know it now. They're going to use it against you. So, be the bigger man, please, Myles. Be the bigger man. Find a way to deal with that in a way that does not get you suspended. Find a way to deal with that in a way that you can still keep yourself in the best position possible. There are ways about it. Let's just leave it there. Man, Browns, really. You got a new coach. You got a terrible owner. All right. This guy, Stefanski, I think, he had to agree to the owner's analytics department breaking down the guy's game plan for the week, and then handing it back to him and telling him no as a possibility. That's the word on the street for why Josh McDaniels, among others, did not consider the Browns as a coaching destination. That is tragic. An involved owner can be a Jerry Jones. He's won Super Bowls. He did it when he already had a Hall of Fame head coach. And then he ran that same coach out the door. Hasn't won since. So yeah, Jimmy Johnson won those damn Super Bowls. Not Jerry Jones. But Jerry Jones is kind of best case scenario for hyper involved owners. It's been a long time since the league has had an owner that is that involved in the game and the team wins. Just saying. Al Davis did it back in the day. He tried to continue that into his later years and just kept on running his team into the dirt. But I don't talk about that. So, Browns fans, you took one on the chin again last year. I'm real sorry for that. I really am. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you think the Browns need to do with this $45 million they got laying around in cap space. To my eye, they could use to fix the offensive line. All right, address the nitty-gritty stuff. Address the defensive front, because as soon as Myles Garrett was gone, it looked like crap. So, fixing that might be good. Your defense in general was bad. They were on the field a lot. The offense didn't really work out well. Baker Mayfield took a step back, and Kitchens didn't really have a lot of answers for things in his head position. He knew how to do his job as an offensive coordinator. He did not know how to do the big boy job. That should have been plain and obvious shortly into the season. I hope Stefanski is. All right. He's young. And there are people on that Minnesota staff that really believe in him. But he got better as an offensive coach with Gary Kubiak there. Gary Kubiak was really the guy that made that work last year. Made it a playoff winning team. Not this dude. So do you really think, Browns fans, that he's the answer? There's more questions than answers in this hire. So many more because of his age, his track record. Yeah. You just don't know. I hope Baker Mayfield didn't get as much of a say in this hire as he did with Freddie Kitchens. He's too young. He doesn't know what he needs yet at an NFL level. The NFL needs to be telling him what he needs right now, not the other way around. So, I really hope this team matures. It has talent. It's not doing a damn thing with it, though. There's a lot of bad juju in that locker room with what's going on with Myles Garrett right now, with Odell Beckham Jr. just being a person, Baker Mayfield just being a person, and a rookie head coach having to deal with all of those huge personalities. I don't see a recipe for winning here. Not now. They have to prove it. Okay? You cannot get the hype machine going again for this team after how big of a fucking faceplant they did last season with that kind of hype. Can't do it. All right? Don't have it in me. If you do, I'd love to know about it, though. Tell me. Tell me how excited you are about your team. Tell me what you think the biggest needs are, how you think they should spend this $45 million, because that is not chump change. You can get a couple of really high-impact players, both in the draft and in free agency, and turn this thing around quickly. It hinges on Baker's development, for sure, but if you assume Baker's development, what do you think would be maximum usage of this $45 million, of these draft picks? because your heavy hitter positions are already filled. You got your main pass rusher, you got your top end DB, you got your top target wideouts, you got your marquee running back, your quarterback of the future. You got all those guys. Give me a left tackle, please. That anchor, probably the only thing that I think is a blue chip right now, let's get it done kind of thing. Trade up. Get that motherfucker in this draft. There are 4 or 5 top tackle prospects in this draft. They did 40 times for offensive linemen, and some of these guys are freak athletes. All right, there's a tackle prospect, 6'7", 360 pounds, ran a 5.11 in the 40. That's insane. The inertia that comes from that big a dude running that fast. You imagine that swinging out and run blocking on a screen pass? You get a little DB or a linebacker seeing that man go that fast at him. That is a scary, scary situation. So you have these big athletic linemen. That's what you need. There's a lot of wide receivers and a handful of quarterbacks that are going to push some of this line talent down the draft board. You could potentially have all the draft capital you need to trade wherever you want to be to get one of these guys and maximize your draft. Do you think a guy that's going to fall further down, like a Mekhi Becton, is going to fall because his film's not good? But, you know, with these workouts, that might be changing. This guy might be talked about as primo for draft rooms. You're going to get a guy who falls in love with these measurables, these workout timed runs, these bench press drills. Yeah, the bench press, all these workouts, the high jump, the broad jump, the whatever it is. You're going to find a way to look at these measurables and say that's the most important thing. So somebody's going to overdraft a lot of these freakishly athletic tackles and guards and assume they're going to be able to play right away, and they won't. So you got to worry for that. But personally, I do think this is the perfect draft for the Browns to go after blue chip offensive linemen in this draft to turn this team around. Let me know what you think. All right? Hit me up in the comments. Tell me how you want them to spend the money. Tell me what you think is going to go on in the rest of the division. Because Lamar's looking scary over there in Baltimore, and Big Ben might be on his last season. Check out the rest of the videos I got. Thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Later.